Mr. Senate President, the fourth order of the day is presentation and consideration of the report of Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on the Federal University of Agriculture and Tropical Studies, Iragbiji, Ogun State, Establishment Bill 2024, SB 569. The distinguished senators recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Wednesday, 2nd October 2024. Mr. President, you may wish to invite Senator Simon Bakola Long, Chairman of Committee, to move the motion for presentation and consideration of the report.
Distinguished Senator Simon Lalong.
President, distinguished senators, I'm Simon Lalong, representing Plateau South. Mr. President, I rise to move the motion to be allowed to lay the report on the Committee on Agriculture and Colleges, to lay the report on the federal colleges, as establishment of the Federal University. Sorry. Yes. What is it? Yes, on the Federal University of Agriculture and Tropical Studies, Iragbiji, in Osun State. I so move.
The minority leader, Senator Olarale.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Olalere Kamorudu Yewumi. I rise to second the motion as ably moved at 2 seconds.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded that the report on the establishment of this federal university be laid before this August Assembly. Those in support of the motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Senator Lalong, you may proceed to lay your report. They are from different committees.
Yes, Mr. President. This is the report of the Senate Committee on Agricultural Colleges and Institutions on a bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Agriculture and Development Studies, Iragbiji, in Osun State, Establishment Bill 2024, SB 569. As a preamble, Mr. President, on the Wednesday, 2nd October, this bill was committed to the committee. The committee went ahead to organize a public hearing. The public hearing had a very large turnout, including Mr. Senate President himself, the Deputy Senate President, the leader of the Senate, almost all the principal officers, and traditional rulers. The objectives of this bill is as stated out in section 2.0, to encourage the advancement of learning and to hold out to all persons without distinction of race, creed, sex, or political conviction the opportunity to acquiring a tertiary education in agriculture and development studies, and to develop and offer academic professional programs leading to an award of diplomas, and so on. They are all stated very clear, up to the last one. The committee legislative actions on receipt, I said, organized the public hearing. After the public hearing, Mr. President, There were observations and findings. Some of the observations are already stated on page 3, and then we went into the recommendations. One of the observations was the change of the name from Research Institutions to Federal University of Agriculture and Development Studies, which were all explained, Mr. President. The recommendations, the committee, having carefully considered the merits and otherwise of the bill, in conjunction with the views and opinions expressed by the stakeholders and the general public, hereby recommend as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Agriculture and Development Studies, Iragbiji, in Osun State, and also the clause-by-clause recommendations of the committee on the bill is attached to this report for the approval of the Senate. One striking observation was that they said there was a clause where they said the oversight, the parent body should be under the was it University Ministry of, instead of putting it under Ministry of Agri, they put it under a different ministry, which we also recommended that it be corrected, like it's done in other places, that this should be oversight by Ministry of Agriculture, by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. So that, on that, the committee uses this opportunity to appreciate the Senate under the leadership of its indefatigable President, distinguished Senator Godswill Obot Okwabio, GCON, for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, and humbly request that this bill be passed. I so move.
Distinguished Senator Mongunu.